Mic check, mic check. Mic check. What's going on, guys?
Hello.
We're here. Happy Friday, everyone. We're back. A new week.
Yeah.
New week, a new stream. Thanks for joining us today. Can you guys let us know in chat if you can't hear us, if it's just lips flapping, or if we're too loud or too soft or whatever.
You
hear some game in the background. Everything okay? I don't want to have to shut this thing down like we have to do from time to time.
Just readjust. Better to do it first than to do it in the mid.
So, we'll introduce ourselves real quick. My name's Sam Mullen. I am a localization producer here at Sega, Atlas, etc., etc. And I'm joined today by Not Scott.
I'm the Not Scott. My name is Lauren. I am a marketing associate, and you've probably seen me on some of the other streams that we've done. But I'm glad to be here today and talking about Yakuza.
So, let's get to it. So, what are we doing today? What are we doing today? Like, Scott's not here. I feel like I'm, flying without an engine here. But I guess he had to do it the other week. He had to fly with,
when we had dirt.
Yeah, not Sam. I still haven't watched that stream. I don't know what happened. I heard it was great. I heard it was amazing. I heard Dirk did a wonderful job.
Yeah, I was actually, so I just got back from Asia from a vacation, and I actually watched it when I was out of town, so.
Well, you're better than I am. Okay, so I actually have I have a homework list here, guys, right here in my notebook. It's the thing we're gonna be covering today. So let's just jump into it. Let's see what we got going on here. I don't really remember where we left off. So here we go. Yakuza 0. How you guys doing out there? Thanks for joining us again. We're trying to be consistent with this, doing it every week. We're in, I think we're in like chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, chapter 5, I think.
5?
5, because it's 2 chapters of Kiryu, 2 chapters of Majima.
And then back in the first chapter.
Yeah, we're back. We just got back.
We just got our nice white suits, so we're ready to be a Tachibana real estate agent.
That's right. And so last time where we left off, I believe we had been introduced to the real estate game. And one of my task lists here that Scott wants me to try to do. And I kind of understand why he's like, Sam, you're gonna handle this. We're supposed to clear the Leisure King, the first of the 5 billionaires.
We're gonna take him out.
We're gonna take him out. So we're gonna do that and talk about sort of the real estate side quest here in Yakuza 0. Give you guys some tips and pointers. But that's gonna require us to kind of bounce back and forth from the real estate office
that we have set up already,
and and make some cash and whatnot. So I'm gonna have to beat up some dudes and probably do some sub stories where we're at it to get this on. So we're gonna run over here and go get over to our office and start seeing where I honestly can't even remember where we left off. Like, I gotta figure out. We got dudes.
Oh, you got dudes.
I gotta beat up guys. I know I gotta get this cash because being real estate, you need a lot of capital.
And the 6 million you got is just not enough now, is it?
The 6 million. This is like how much money is this? 6 million in Japanese yen is like $60,000.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of these games personally.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I like the rush. Rush is more my style. But I'm more of like a button masher myself, so the rush is more for me. For Beast, I feel like you have to be really calculated with what you hit.
I would just say it's all about the grabbing dudes and swinging them around and killing all the guys at one time.
So I have to admit, Miss Tatsu is probably the best teacher. Yeah. She's my favorite.
Yeah, Miss Tatsu. We had Miss Tatsu. We were talking about her a couple weeks ago. Miss Tatsu definitely. That's the right
Number 1. I want to get her jacket. I too would like to be the tiger.
Oh, come on, people are out for me today. That's okay. I need the money. You guys keep bringing me the money. I got places to spend it. So. Scott also once said he wanted me to work on getting some CP. So, I am not. I should. Oh, thank God. Scott leaving me with the good. Oh, that's not. Yep.
Yep. Oh, it's heat.
No, it's both.
Oh, it's both. Okay.
Yeah, let's go. There you go. Wrecking dudes.
Oh.
Wrecking dudes. there's a tell. It's like you know what if you depending on which situation you use the move in, you can learn like what's gonna come up. It's just a matter of being familiar with it. I haven't. Scott spent a lot of time playing this game, so he has it all committed to memory at this point.
Probably like muscle memory. The amount of times he's played it.
The number of times this man has watched people play through this game, including himself, cannot be underestimated. I played through the game probably maybe like twice. Well, Yakuza 0 was actually the first Yakuza game that I ever like played through from start to finish. I played a lot of the other ones previously, but this was the first one I was really like, okay, this is what's going on here. So, all right, so payout is ready. So what happens here is we take this money from these things, and then we're going to reinvest it back in. We reset the clock, and then we go out and do something and rinse and repeat. So. So let's see. We got to invest in these stores that we've purchased, and so.
Do we only have those 2 right now?
We only have these 2, so we're gonna go out and find some more. And the point here is that you've got these manager types here who are good at training certain types of stores. So this particular store, the Sukiyaki Muranaka, is like it's obviously a restaurant that serves sukiyaki. So we gotta we have this one advisor here who's really good who's semi good at restaurants.
Restaurant management.
So she's gonna roll in there, tell people how to run their business. And you can do this once per reset.
Okay. So circle is good, X is no good, and triangle is
maybe. That's like Japanese style stuff. So in Japanese they have like in like English countries you have like A, B, C, and D, but in Japan it's like 2 circles, 1 circle, triangle, X. So that's something people get a little confused about from time to time. And we actually we kind of debated late in the project. It's not only in this game but also in the Majima Cabaret Club management.
Yes.
They use the same kind of thing, and we actually was brought up kind of late in the project of like, shouldn't we change these 2 letters?
Do these make sense?
Should we not treat it? But then we were like, it was a little lazy, but we were like, it's in Japan. It's Japan style. It's fine. Just leave it. No problem.
I feel like the tutorial should probably tell you all about it too. So.
What? Triangle?
Reading?
Triangle doesn't mean something to you? Come on. Yeah. Japan.
Yeah.
Japan. Come on. Even elementary school kids know that. In Japan. In Japan.
Excuse us.
All right, let's see. Let's see if we can find some place. I think this place is somewhere I can purchase.
Health Wild Apple.
It is a small erotic massage parlor. It's good traffic. Do I have enough money? See, I don't. So that's the problem here.
So yeah, you need about 5 million more.
I need about 5 million more. So let's go let's try to see if we can complete some. Oh. Who's talking?
Did you save somebody?
I think it's probably in the park here. There's always someone getting picked on.
Oh, there you go.
Let's save some people here.
Yeah. Remember one time I saved somebody and they gave me a leopard print fur jacket or coat or something like that. It was worth so much money.
What I really like about these, it's a cool thing. One of the cool touches in this game is like when they put in these intervention events, like you can walk up and like talk to them and be like, I'm intervening, or you could just stand there and like stare at them, and they go, and then
like, you gonna help?
and then they're like, yo, what are you looking at? You see something funny? All right, let's wreck this guy, and you're like, okay, come on.
Oh.
So there's actually a little bit of you can approach the situation too. I want to say the payouts are slightly different if you do it that way, but slightly battered stamina morale. So this is we were talking about this last time. How we in localization we sometimes put these like adjectives in front of like variables because it lets us get around the whole a versus an thing.
Yeah.
Because that item could be anything.
It could be, yeah. I know running into that with the other projects that I've worked on, we had the same exact issue where you had to write the sentence so it could make sense as like it is a like whatever came after it. So
yeah. So yeah, we that's something that we discovered kind of early on in our careers. That it's like an interesting way of doing it. All right, so let's see. Let's what are we doing more? Everyone wants to tag me. Come on, guys. I probably have some stuff I can do.
It's okay, you need the money.
I do need the money. I do need money. This is gonna be a day of me basically rocking guys. And I'm sure, and Scott's gonna know like all the tricks of the trade to like make sure that.
And he's gonna come back and be like,
you guys, yeah, you guys didn't do this. You didn't. Come on, Sam. Don't you know you can do this thing to make all this cash? Like, when I want to make cash, I just go and like go all in on mahjong, dude. But I don't think everyone wants to watch. No one wants to watch me play mahjong for an hour. No one wants to watch that.
Maybe next time when we do our mahjong tutorial, if we do it.
Yeah. Maybe mahjong tutorial.
It'd be a fun video series.
Yeah. Teach people how to play mahjong. Yeah. Okay.
We can all just...
I still like. I feel like I have a pretty good handle on mahjong at this point, but I don't know how all the scoring works and all that. That's the one thing I'm not 100% clear on. This. I think we're gonna do this one. Guys.
You want to do this one?
I think we're gonna do this one, guys.
So if you were at E3, this was one of the subquests that we had in our demos, and you might recognize it, you might not. Or if you've played the game, you probably will recognize it.
This
is
what
fun one.
This is because it was in our demo. It was like one of the side quests that got like the most scrutiny. So like Scott got to watch literally like hundreds of people play the subquest before it actually went out. So he was able to like go through and be like, oh, people get confused by this part, or oh, this line could be written better, or oh, this is supposed to be funny but no one laughs, so I'm going to change it a little bit. Usually don't get that level of chance to level of like polish or seeing how people react to his stuff. Okay, poor IU.
She's doing her best.
She's trying. Not everyone gets into a job that they excel at, but the thing about IU is that she really wants to improve. You know, that's what it is. It's okay to not be amazing when you first start a particular job, but she's striving to do what she can.
Yes.
Poor girl. Of course we can solve her. Let's go. Come on, Kiryu.
We're gonna take care of her.
Kiryu's all like, why can they not please not do this in the street? Never rebuke. So this is crazy. Like so she goes and gets a job.
Just like complete opposite of
what she is to improve herself.
Yeah.
Oh man. This is incredible. This is I don't think anyone ever does this. So
I know, puts himself in a hot seat situation.
Just so they can jumps in deep, so they can do what they become the person they always wanted to be. But she has no talent for it, of course. Uh-oh. Don't apologize. Don't apologize. Uh-oh, Kiryu's stepping in. Kiryu's stepping in. Bad for business, guys. He's like, I'm not a customer. Bacon boy? Oh, man. Oh, this is great. Widow mask just picky whoops. Took a punch. Alright. Alright.
Okay, I'm gonna shove him. And then I
crushed. Alright. Suga. Oh, Suga, he's a feisty one. He's a feisty one.
Yeah.
Before the day is out. So how's it going out there in Interland? How you guys? How's this Friday for you guys? Everything? Your week? Was your week pretty good? We had a really busy week.
Yeah.
Really crazy week. And then Scott leaves me.
He's here with us in spirit.
He's
Right
here
here.
with us in
Not
spirit.
Scott, right here. There's his name. Hold on. There.
Right there.
He's
Okay.
probably watching us again.
Yeah, no, yeah. I don't know. He's not. Scott's probably not. He's on vacation. It's Veterans Day. He's out.
Nani?
Punish people. Be like you, berate people the way you do. I don't know about that, lady.
We gotta help her.
Okay, I'll do it. If you insist,
Took a lot of convincing.
Okay. He's always so like he's got such an open heart. He's so kind. Willing to help
a
anyone.
lot of sticky situations though.
Yeah.
Like this, for example. Could you imagine coming home and telling your friends, like, I helped out a dominatrix today. She couldn't hit people, so I taught her how.
I think I could. I can't imagine that now that I've experienced the beauty that is Yakuza 0. So. Okay, so she's gonna walk me through. She understands. Obviously, she understands the theory of what it means to have S&M play here. So she's gonna walk him through it, but it's the execution she's having issues with. Well, you did sign up for this, Kiryu. You did sign up for it.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
You're backing out now, my friend. Yep, can't back out now. That's right. Okay, let's go, Kiryu. What you got? Out here in the park.
I know. Which is funny because he's like, we don't want this on the street, so let's go to the park instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's bringing this whole like customer, business versus customer kind of thing here to it, which is not necessarily what should be going on here. You're the boss. The boss.
So you're gonna go on soon?
This is all tsundere style right here.
We don't want to be soon. We want to.
I actually kind of want to be Sun.
Do you?
Yeah, let's be Sun. Because everyone always picks by default the correct one. So we were trying to give everyone an experience of what it's like to the other because all the choices are, as far as Kiryu is concerned, all these choices are correct. We were talking about this previously, but the great thing about the Yakuza series is that unlike a lot of series where it's like when you choose the wrong thing, it sometimes like sort of like
punishes
like
you.
yeah, like passive aggressive punishes you for being an idiot. But Kiryu, he is behind every single decision every single time. So unable to draw the attention is humiliating. Let's see. It's a cool thing. So I think she'll take all this forward and apply it to her
future.
Her future. Oh. Oh, that's heartbreaking.
Nani?
I don't. Yeah. Oh.
Look at his head. Just like she's so sad.
What do I want done to me? Oh no. These are all pretty
pretty on point.
These are pretty on point here. I think I'm gonna go with this one. I feel like I've seen this in a video recently. Actually.
Yeah.
What videos have you been watching?
I've seen this in a different trailer recently.
Oh.
Yeah, a relevant trailer. So. Scott's good because he knows the responses to all the paths that I don't necessarily know. Oh no. Okay, here we go.
Are you setting her up for success?
No, I'm not setting her up for success. Everyone's already seen her. Everyone at home always sets her up for success. Because that's how you get the best items. When you do it certain ways, you get better items.
But we need those items so we can sell them and we can make money.
That's true. That's true. This is the great one. This is the one that everyone caps. What am I doing with my life? Uh-oh.
No, so you know you got kids.
No. This has gotten complicated.
Innocent kid, pure-hearted girl.
We're not playing. Actually, I thought we were playing.
Yeah.
No, control. Yeah, I can't imagine being in this situation Kiryu is in right now. If you had kids all up in your face, doing this, but maintaining like what's going on, and maintaining the focus on the situation.
Get him.
Just keep it going, Kiryu. Keep it going. Grown-ups are weird. Grown-ups are weird.
Okay.
No.
So now we get to watch all of her training in action.
Uh-oh.
And go.
Oi. Nani?
You asked too much, Ayu. You asked too much. Too much. To bring me into this. I don't need to watch. Kiryu doesn't want to watch this happening necessarily.
But now it's time to see all of his training.
Let's see how this plays out. I definitely did not choose necessarily all the correct options, so we're gonna see how this play out.
Well, maybe he's into tsundere.
I mean, he might be. That's very true. There you go. It's not like I care what you think anyway. But I'm glad you. Oh, he liked that.
See?
A little ahead of the time, right? A little ahead of the curve, like 15 years ahead of the tsundere trope or so. Maybe that's not true. It's probably not so true. Uh-oh. Assume the position.
Oh, yes. What are you gonna
Uh-oh.
do, Ayu-chan?
Kiryu, you're very bad at hiding, but
Especially the white suit.
the white suit,
Just like
it's not working.
no.
You've been you would have been better in a better position if you kept to the black suit. But now that decision's coming back to bite you.
Who likes this suit?
It's a good seat. We were talking about how amazing that shirt is. The shirt is crazy because it's really like subtle because he's got the plain white suit on top of it.
But if you took off the top of the jacket, it'd be like so loud.
It would be really loud. Thumbs way up.
Good job. Good job, Ayu.
Oh no. So we need all right, what you got for me, Ayu? Good job. S is SM Club. SM Club there in the background.
See, everybody's got a taste.
So she's
I won't wait.
she's still applying. She's still applying the tsundere style to it.
Yeah. But that's good because that gives him a timeline so you can come back at that time.
Yeah.
See, good business sense.
Possible still staff.
はい
I didn't realize that this particular subquest like changed that much when you altered the selection. So maybe she's the inventor of the tsundere.
The Tsundere Club?
The tsundere like archetype trope.
Yeah, I did see some like, you know how they have like maid clubs and stuff? They do have like a Tsundere Club that you could go to if you're really into that. They just kind of random venues around.
There was I heard my card finder signal going
Dirk's
on.
in the chat. Everybody
Not
say
Sam.
hi. Oh, I'm not Sam.
You're
Oh,
not
I'm
Scott.
not Scott. This is Sam.
Yeah.
Not Sam is in the chat now. So everyone
Oh,
go
there
say
it is.
hi to him.
There it is.
Oh, a card.
Yeah. You can trade these. You can basically show up to these guys throughout the game to get extra
And there's
stuff.
three versions of each, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
And they get increasingly risque. We were talking a lot about it last time. Like we had to. There was a stage in the local station where we had to go through and confirm all the cards. They were proper and linking up against what was in the original Japanese version. And so one of our translators had these cards like
All lined up with the
scrolling on
girls.
his screen, and we were like, yeah, that's not an HR violation or
No, I
anything.
would love to see like the Google, like when you're actually Googling who they are and be like, oh.
Don't do that, or don't do that at work.
Yeah.
Definitely don't Google any. I'm looking for Abyss is the series-wide place where you go and sell stuff.
Oh,
Abyss, yeah.
Fireball Super, thank you for your kind words.
Okay.
いらっしゃいませ。
I'm gonna try to sell some items. And at this point my oh, I can't sell. I don't have anything worth selling.
ありがとう
Okay.
ござい
Thought I had some. I seem to recall us getting like a plate or something earlier.
I don't think we got a plate this today.
Okay.
Maybe last time.
Maybe last time. But it looks like we didn't get it, so maybe I think we might have sold it off stream or something like that. So okay. Well, let's see. Let's check to see how our shinogi is going. All right, it's ready. I'm gonna circle back around there.
Rivermark, Scott is on vacay today, so I am not Scott filling in.
Everyone's like, who's that? It's not Scott.
Not Scott.
Not Scott.
See, I have a title right here. Here it is.
Not Scott. Okay.
Oh, pachinko.
There's actually a way to I think I might go to check. No,
Oh,
I
your
can't.
payout is ready.
Yeah, my payout's ready. So I'm gonna go get that. I am going to use that to buy some new areas. And then oh, that's the so again, by clearing various subquests, you get some of the people in those subquests come back as managers. So like by clearing this piggy man quest, he's come back.
Familiar
And,
looking man.
He's gonna be a manager.
I wonder what his specialty is.
I think he's a manager.
Of
He's like one of those people you send.
no, yeah, but I mean, what his real estate specialty
He
is.
says he's a consultant, I guess. So.
Oh.
Straight man on the streets, freaking the sheets.
Mr. Libido in training.
Okay, payout time. All right. I'm gonna have to change the manager and the security guys as well, I think, because they're gonna be so. Scott was always saying he was saying that some people don't quite understand the. I'm actually gonna wait on this. So I guess that's where they are right now. So on the next round, we'll have to swap them out because what happens is every time you run a payout, that little marker there, the 0000, it moves one to the right. And so what happens is after the next time, when it maxes out, they'll get negative bonuses. So we'll have to swap them out with somebody else.
Okay.
So
since
actually,
so
I might as
we should go
well.
with the
I
new
might
guy.
as well go.
お前に任せ
This guy. He's cheaper and he's gonna.
Oh.
Yeah, he's the crappy guys are kind of crappy.
There's no bonus. It's all negative for that one.
Yeah. He's got that one. So I'm just gonna. It's cheaper.
I just have a big chest.
Gangan kasegu ze.
Gangan kasegu ze. All right. Squeaky chair. All right. The main driver of revenue on this thing is how many stores you have. So you can reinvest into stores that you already have if you want to, but it's usually better to just pick up new ones. And I might be able
So
to
we should probably find a new location to take care
the
of.
pink pachinkos are usually pretty good at driving the revenue, but I don't.
But
think
it's at an older clientele, so I mean that might not be an issue.
Yeah, it's it just means that. Let's see what my options are. So this is where we were discussing this last time. Is like the unfortunate thing is like all the locations are on this menu. That these are all lists all the places in this district that you can pick up, but they're all in English and all the signs are in Japanese. So it's kind of some can be kind of difficult to find them. And I think in this particular district, I want to say I know Sushigin is one that you actually have to like subquest to get. And Popo might be as well. But usually these pachinko places are the ones that are like the big revenue drivers. But this is new right here. Let's pick this place up.
Alright. So we need to go assign a manager to it? Or does it come with
it's already so the managers you basically apply them on a they don't get assigned to locations. You say this manager against this location, and then it's like a one-time like shot of like boost that drives up the sort of the investment level in that particular store. But right now we're just waiting for this thing to pay out to.
So how far away are we from everybody's favorite manager though?
That one? Oh, we'd have to spend some time in a minigame that I'm not terribly good at, but we can always try. I like the character in that building though. She's really fun. Actually, you know what we probably should do? I wonder if I have any spare CP we can burn on making this go a little bit faster. Oh, we have a ton. Sorry, Scott. We're gonna use some CP. This you can use CP to boost your speed, and we want more money. Oh, we don't have CP.
Yeah, you only have 5. You need one more. So it's funny. I was actually in Shinjuku, and we went over to Kabukicho, and when I was walking around the streets, and you definitely looks like the city, but we ran across a shrine that was under construction, so it was just like empty, nobody was there, and I was kind of expecting Bob to show up. It was kind of strange.
Yeah, it's weird. Like when you go over to Kabukicho, it's even if you've never been there, if you've played a lot of Yakuza,
like when
you go there, it's like this. Like I feel like I've been here in another life.
Yeah, like the one cutscene when like Tachibana's doing like the hand thing with all the lights, and you can see the entirety of the square. Like all of those buildings, I remember where they are. There's like this big VR zone in one of the buildings there now, and it was just like I know where this is.
Yeah. You don't. It's like you can't really get lost. You just generally know like where you are and where you need to go to find certain things. All right, let's keep these guys going. And then we'll do some bowling. We'll do like a quick round of bowling.
Yeah.
Well, depending on where. We really probably should. I think Scott really wants us to focus on the getting this Ninja King thing, which I got.
We will get our favorite dude.
You gotta get that. The requirements for that are really insane, though. You gotta get like a.
Yeah, he's pretty rough.
You gotta get a turkey, which is like all strikes. Are you really good at bowling? Like real life bowling?
No,
because I suck at bowling.
I'm awful at bowling.
I mean, I'm so bad at bowling to the point of like I'm not even gonna say what my score is.
My husband and his family are like all incredibly good at bowling, and it's shocking because we'll go there for like Christmas and stuff. And they all want to go bowling. I'm like, okay, no problem. And they're all consistently rolling strikes, and I'm just like, I'm gonna sit here in the back and watch you guys.
It's embarrassing how bad.
Like there was one time where we went, and so his name is Dave, and nobody else wanted to play another game because Dave just whooped us so bad. So he played his own game by himself. And he like does this thing where he curves the ball, so it like curves in, goes to the side, spins around, and then shoots down the middle. And I'm just like, I have no idea.
What?
Yeah.
Like that's like something you can do in a video game, but that's like real life people can do that.
Yeah, he does it just like consistently.
How do you? What is that? Is that like like family goes out and does consistent?
I guess they just had a lot of experience bowling.
I'm so bad. Oh, it's teaching me how to play. I know how to play, guys. I think.
I need bumpers. Oh. Hey,
I didn't do that. That was tutorial. That was tutorial. I don't think I did that. That was tutorial. All right, here we go. Yeah, I'm awful at bowling. I tell people I'm really bad at bowling, and they usually don't believe me, like how bad I am. And they're like, "There's no way you're really that bad," and I'm like, "Oh, really?" Well, you're gonna be disappointed.
That's not bad.
It's better than real life sand bowling, that's for sure.
Do you get like the elephant, and you just drop the ball down it?
Not quite that bad, but it's pretty inconsistent. I was more of a golf player as a kid. Honestly.
Oh, hey.
I wasn't even a very good golf player though. But I did play a lot of golf. I was on a golf team in high school, but there's no golf game in this game, so it doesn't really help me.
She's bowling in heels. That's not allowed.
Yeah, I don't. She works here, and I don't know. That's like me bowling right there.
I have unfortunate gutter ball syndrome, so.
Yeah. Oh yeah, those heels. No, that's not okay. I never noticed that before. Good eye. How does that even work? She's distracted by my incredible.
Yeah, Etherwind, you are correct. Akiyama is in 5 and 6. Oh. Maybe we're on our way.
A little bit of screen lag, just ever screen lag. So that's kind of, I think that was what was throwing me off last time. I'm like, oh, I gotta compensate for that a little bit. Screen lag is like the bane of like modern gaming, you know.
I think she's took off the training wheels. It's like, okay, you figured it out. Now I can go.
Yeah, I think the comm is like compensating for my skill level. She was trying to show me up the first round.
Oh no.
That's not gonna end well. What can you do, right? You're like, when you're bad timing, and I did what I could, so get this right this time.
You're gonna curve it in?
No, I'm gonna.
Ooh. Does the weight on the ball differ too?
Yes. Yes. I think the heavier balls are a little bit more. They have more inertia when they hit the pins, which causes them to spread farther. But you don't get as much like the spinning. You gotta spin it like really hard to get it. To move,
I see.
Let's go to the challenge. What you guys got going on here? We've been paying attention.
I answered.
Oh, you got an answer over there. Okay. Oh, also I think that's right. The ball weight I think also affects how fast the
How it.
no how that little the arrow thing is like click 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 click. I think it affects the speed of that as well. It makes it a little harder.
Yay! You did it.
I don't think this gives me money though.
Waste time then.
Emery. Oh yeah.
いや
The angle of my bottom.
His face.
Oh no. Bowling porn fetish. So you have to. This is I think M&E. You have to. This is another one. Like once we get to this area within the real estate stuff, you have to complete her bond to get control of the mountain bowl. Yeah, that's a thing. I think. Oh. What we got?
Oh, do you have the accessory on that rings?
Yes.
Oh, you can get the more money now.
Oh, yep. Oh, here we go. Okay. Is that more money or is that? Can we speed up?
I think it was you can get more money because that's the one we were trying to get, but we were 1 point.
Okay, let me go check that. Because if I can speed up the recharge on the thing, then that's.
I think.
Hopefully Scott agrees with that decision.
He's gonna come
Sorry,
back.
Scott. He's gonna go back and be like, you've misappropriated funds all over the place.
Oh, so while we're doing our money payout, do we want to show what the LE looks like?
Yeah, go for it. You gotta click the thing over there.
Which one?
There's the.
That's the
So
premium.
let's go hit the premium edition first.
Okay, here
Yep.
it is.
All right, guys. So So just to take a moment to plug the Yakuza 6, the Song of Life Premium Edition. Again, we mentioned this last time. You know, the game comes out in March, but these premium editions are like going fast. So if you want to get on this, definitely check it out at your local, wherever you order your games from, whether they're online brick and mortar stores. Get your pre-orders in for that now because they're running out. But of course, the launch edition is just as compelling. You get this amazing. You're gonna get an art book that's chock full of like fan art from the fan art contest that we ran a couple weeks ago. This is not a special edition. You don't pay extra for this. It's just a thanks for you guys putting your money down and telling us that you want to see Yakuza 6. Yeah,
this is our limited launch edition. We will be showing a little bit more of the art book soon, so keep watching, keep figuring it out. It's gonna be really good too, and I really like how this thing is shaping up to be. Yeah,
it's really really compelling stuff. And we should be able to. And I think last time we were talking about how we're going to talk a little bit more about this, about what it looks like later in the month. So stay tuned. That's coming very very soon. So
yes.
All right. Yeah. So we're going to. Okay, we're going to do some investing here. Can I get some? Who is that? That's this guy, Piggy.
So
he's good at building management, I think. So that's not. He's not going to help me in anything.
Not yet. And if you're if you're ever confused with who any of these characters are or where any of these locations are, we also do have our Yakuza Experience website on the lower hand corner over here. It's really cool. It's interactive. You can like move around the little modules and so on and so forth. There's spoiler filters on it too, so if you don't want to see what happens in Kiwami, for example, you just want to solely stick with 0, you can always do that. So I highly recommend checking that out. We also got a couple comic chapters up on there that are animated, so they whoosh whoosh. Yeah.
Oh, I ran out of money.
Oh, okay.
So I got a little too ahead of my investment there, so I'm gonna have to go grab some cash real quick. That sucks. The experience site. Like Scott sent me a prototype of one of the upcoming comics just the other day. it's like, hey, looking at this script right now, what do you know what's going on here? So
Yeah, and what's the cool thing about the comics too is that they're kind of like, they're not what you've already seen before if you're already familiar with what happens in the games. They're kind of like little side stories or like different viewpoints from other characters. So a lot of them actually, for example, they'll go off of like Haruka's viewpoint of what happened in Kiwami, which is pretty interesting because it doesn't actually show that in the game.
Yep. Oh no. I mismanaged my funds. Like I told Scott, I was like, hey, I'm gonna mismanage your funds. But now it's a problem because I didn't have enough money to start the whole collection thing. So I gotta beat up some dudes to top off my money here. You guys are rich.
And if you want to know if Guromi is in the art book, you'll just have to skip. Guromi-chan!
Guromi-chan's the best. Alright, I think that's what I needed. I needed basically, I think I needed 200,000. So let's see that clearly. No, I don't have 200,000.
Oh, you didn't know
yeah.
that.
Watch this. I was saying it here. Watch this. Watch this. You just stand there. Look at these guys.
何勝手に俺らの視界に入ってきてんだよ。そこで何してん
Oh,
だ
they do turn to you.
おい兄ちゃん
I can never wait. I'm too much of like, I
そ
have to
こ
save
で
the guy.
何してんだっつってんだよなん足くせえんだよなんだ
There you go.
Here. Yeah, this guy. Okay. I think that's enough. And then we'll go get my, we'll go get the bonus that we were talking about. Super bonus thing. Come on, Kiryu, you can do it. Scott's constantly complaining about the fact that he's like Smoker Kiryu can't run very far unless he has that all the CP bonuses.
Well, makes sense.
I have enough money. Please tell me I have enough money. Yes.
ジャリンジャリン稼ぐぜ
Okay, there you go. All right. It's a lot of. We're just doing the.
Lot of back and forth.
We're doing the back and forth. That was the thing. That was all Scott. He planned it this way. He's like, the stream that I'm not going to be on. You're just going to be doing the busy work, Sam.
Oh, he set you up for it.
He did. This is totally planned. This is totally planned. That guy.
I gotta set it up for success.
Yeah. For when he comes back. We move forward with the story. I mean, because we don't really. I mean, that's the thing. Also, is like he's so familiar with all the like ins and outs of the story that I kind of don't want. I honestly don't really want to skip into the story without him around because.
Well, because he can give a lot of inside information about it too.
Right. It's the office feng shui. We can change the way the office.
But
looks.
we had the money magnet. That's the one that we were looking at earlier.
That's probably what I'm doing. Oh yeah, the thing where he sleeps in the park. That's really useful actually.
With our, I don't know if you guys remember, but our nice April Fool's joke that we did about Mr. Shakedown.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you guys catch that? What was it? The
I think it was like you
the
hold
se-
X.
it was like a super secret code to make it so Mr. Shakedown doesn't wake up.
And you can just get money.
I don't know if anyone fell for that.
Oh, we're talking cat. I love cats. Yeah, the the cafe in Y6. So you have to go around, you have to carry a little cat food on you, and you have to go find the cats and feed them and become friends with them, and you can take them home. Which sounds like a crazy cat person, but that's me. So.
Is that phone line thing? For the,
that phone line is still
open.
open.
Did you guys give it? If anyone Why don't you explain that execution that we did or that thing we did for
Yeah, so if you've been to Japan, you'll know that a lot of advertisements they do is on tissue paper, so they'll hand you out and they'll have a little, like, information card about it. So we had a phone number on there, and I think it was 1-800-YAKUZA-6 is what I want to say it was. And you could call in, and one half of it was for Onomichi Tourism, and the other half was for the Cat Cafe. So you can leave me a sweet message about why you like cats and how you're excited about Yakuza 6. But that phone line is still open if you would like to leave me a message.
These guys here.
Neko Atsune Yakuza Edition. But there's a lot of different cats too, and they all have their own different personalities. So
Yeah.
you have to manage them.
Yeah, the thing is in that game, it's interesting because like all the different cats have. So just skipping for a little focus on Yakuza 6, but there's like all these different kinds of cat foods.
Yeah.
And you have to like.
And some cats are snobbish.
Some cats are like, oh, I don't want to eat tuna. I'm only into this or
The
whatever.
grade A stuff.
Yeah. So yeah. So you got to kind of figure out which one's like what.
You gotta earn their trust.
And there actually is like a cat cafe in that area in Japan. If you ever want to go there, that's like your thing. Oh gosh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. This is what I think it is.
Man, I'm...
It's
Oh, it's the producer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Papillon.
Poppy.
Kato.
Poppy-chan.
Yeah. Nani?
No, he's the director. You were the producer.
That's right. That's what it was. I was the producer and he was the director. Uh-oh.
He's got a new job.
Oh.
Oh!
Who? I don't know who Miracle Johnson is.
You're good.
Oh, that's because we heard he overheard these other two like these American culture fanatics, these American otaku guys talking about this Miracle Jackson guy, and he's world famous. But Kiryu's not really like a.
He's not up to speed.
He's not
on
in that sense. He's got other
culture.
things he's focused on, you know. C'est la vie. He needs someone he can trust to help handle this. We're gonna come back to this after I reset
Oh no!
the
Okay,
thing.
but we have to make sure we do it.
Yeah, we should do this one because that character is actually a really really good character to have in your business stuff. You get him as a manager. But we're gonna do something else real quick before we come
But
back.
we will come back to
We'll
it.
come back to that. We'll come back to that.
Don't worry, Sugar Tank.
Come back to that. Woo! Just gonna run around and let that meter fill up, and then trying to be efficient, trying to be somewhat efficient about what we're doing. Just trying to
Oh! Go beat him up. Where are they going?
be running from me. You know who I am. Yeah, I'm always like.
You're the beast.
I just like the version I always see evil people trash talking beast mode sometimes online. I don't get it. It's bad.
I will
It's
admit,
most
Beast
satisfying.
Mode is probably the one I would pick the least.
Yeah.
Just because it's not my thing.
Everything is a weapon. It hits hard. I love it. I love everything about it. Makes me very happy. But that's cool. That's just a hallmark to a good game because it appeals to all kinds of different types. And,
Yeah. You're not like locked into one specific fight thing.
Yeah. Just to wait for this to fill up. Almost there.
A little bit.
Almost there. Just hunting dudes, hunting bad guys, patrolling the streets.
Keeping cover is safe.
We'll rock these guys in that cover. Catch. So it took me a while to figure out like what actually happens in that particular heat move. It was a little non-obvious at first, but basically what he does is he throws it up above the guy's head and then he punches the dude up into it.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the heat moves are really creative.
Yeah. I still think one of the most brutal ones ever. Well, there's a lot of brutal ones, but the one I remember the heat move that I was like, man, this game is not messing around. Was there's this move in Yakuza 5, I believe, called the essence of face grating, and it's this one where he basically like smashes the guy into the concrete and just drags their face across it. Money flying everywhere.
Fireball Super, I'm with you. I like the drop kick as well. I think it's very satisfying, especially when you get like the end screen where it freezes for a little bit. It's good.
Okay. Payout time.
Nice.
Okay, so we still don't have enough money to go buy. The new locations are all like.
They're like 18.
Yeah, like 10 somewhere between the 15 million range, so we still don't quite have what we need to get there. So we're going to keep focusing on... I need to be careful using Piggy Man because homeboy is expensive. Look at that, 2 million?
Ooh.
Yeah, we won't wait on him.
But he's good.
Well, he's only
circle.
No, he doesn't have a dirt. He has a single circle.
For the property manager, he's got double circle.
Yeah, but I don't have any ones that have that. They need that right now.
Yeah.
So he's a little outside my price range. We're still small time here at this particular real estate agency.
Oh, Sugar Tick, I got this shirt from here actually. So sorry. It's a Yakuza 5 one.
Oh yeah, that was one of our giveaways for the during that time period. Yeah.
It goes all the way across the back too, so it's pretty sweet.
I remember when they were building that particular shirt, and this is like some behind the scenes stuff that people don't really think about, but apparently getting it so the dragon crosses the shoulder properly and having all these like parts like match up was actually like a lot of work.
Yeah.
Like on the design side. But
it turned out really good, so I like the shirt. I want a Majima shirt too, because his arm, he's got the sleeves as well, and onto the chest. I think that'd be really cool.
Okay. Puppy line.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, go fight!
How much money?
Oh no, it's Mr.
What do I have?
Shakedown!
What do I have to lose here?
4 million.
To gain 8 million?
Can you do it?
I can. It just I need enough health potions to like not make it a problem. I can try. Let's try it.
I know, the worst is when we lose money and then we go get it again. So.
Yeah, the worst is we lose money and go get it again. So let's try it. Let's see.
Fortune braver is the bold, so let's go.
Oh, you know what? But going into it, this isn't Yakuza 6. So in Yakuza 6, I can just walk in and not generate a loading screen. But I don't know if he's going to be there when I get back outside. I think he's unlikely to be there.
Oh, but that's our friends. Then
So I do need to buy some of these buy some additional items here. So let's just get this done so we have them.
So, Just Vic, you can actually start with either Zero or Kiwami. Zero will give you a little bit more insight of why Kiwami has some aspects to it, but Kiwami is the first game in the Yakuza series, so it's whatever you would feel like most comfortable with.
If the full price point for Yakuza 0 isn't a problem for you, then maybe start with Yakuza 0. If you want to put, get your feet wet before you jump in. Before you're ready to commit, maybe you start with Kiwami because it's only $29.99. But they're very similar. Like the content's not the same, but it's the gameplay is really similar. So you'll know if you're a fan of the series if you start with either one. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, there's no risk in either of them. You're not. It wouldn't be like you miss out on anything. It'd just be more. Kiwami is number 1, and then 0 is the prologue. So you would get a little bit more like information, about some of the characters.
Yeah. There are some things. There are some things in 0, like some of the subquests that they set up for the first time in 0, and then they
move into
Kiwami. They kind of continue it into Kiwami. Because that's the release order of those 2 products, but Kiwami is the very first game. So I wouldn't say either one's preferable. It just kind of depends on how you want to approach your whole thing.
Yeah.
If you don't mind dropping $59.99, maybe 0. If you want to, like I said, if you want to get your feet wet, start with Kiwami.
Nani?
Zombies. So he got wind of that. He blew his stack. Okay. Us Westerners are just so crazy. Oh, actually, you know what? I think for this, if I recall correctly, this chain of subquests actually has another one after this. So this is the first one, and then there's another one later, I want to say.
But when do we meet Miracle Johnson?
Maybe not. Maybe I take that back. Actually, I take that back. I forgot they had this cutscene part in here.
Oh.
Biggest brains, bronze, balls in the modern mass media.
Oh.
There he is!
No. Spining?
Steven
Spining. That's totally not a reference to anyone in real life.
No. He doesn't even look similar.
He doesn't. That's not a real person. This is just a random character.
All likeness is just a coincidence.
Hey, Lewis.
Howdy.
If I recall correctly, actually, when we were localizing this, I think there was a big discussion about like how we were going to render the last name correctly. But then we realized like it's literally written on his hat, so we're like, oh.
Oh, we had to go with it.
It's kind of is what it is. Indian jeans. E.T.
I need to cycle over the moon.
Oh.
Poor Kiryu living under a rock.
He's just got other things he's focused on, that's all. He's just a busy guy. Trying not to get shot. But Kiryu's got a pretty breadth of experience, he's a good bowler, he plays mahjong,
he's just not up to date.
He just doesn't watch a lot of movies.
Does he even have a TV in his apartment? He might just not.
No, I think we actually were talking about that. In his apartment, I believe he does have a small CRT hooked up.
But how often does he have time to go watch TV? He doesn't like go home and just watch TV.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, if I recall correctly, he even has a Genesis.
Oh.
Yeah, I forgot we were in his apartment and it had like the Mega Drive there on the floor. So.
Hey.
Oh. Hey.
I may be misremembering that, but I seem that we recall that popped up in the course of that conversation when Nishiki comes over to like visit him and talk to him about what's going on. Oh, here he is. I just like all the music.
Who's that?
Hey.
Hey man.
Hey man. No.
Johnson himself. No, just
He's
flat
like-
out
he's
refuses.
just like, no. Oh. Oh, right. That's right. And Kita's like, I don't know who this man is.
Okay, okay.
Okay. It's funny, like, so a lot of the, a little bit of on the localization side. So all the audio cues for these things for the English guys, we actually wrote a lot of that in because it's not necessarily expressed that way, but we think it's so funny that we're like, oh, he's gonna actually say okay. Yeah.
Hey, man.
Likewise.
Just like
Hey,
this
man.
weirdo is doing some dance
Yep.
moves in front of me. I have no idea what to do at this moment.
The world's premier entertainment districts. Zombie hordes suddenly emerge and attack Miracle on the street. Miracle evades the attacking swarm, dances his way through the land of the rising sun. Very picture cool. It's gonna be funky.
I think the bartender in the back is also very into this.
That bartender is actually a recurring character in the series. Mama?
Mama?
Yeah,
Or Mama-san, I guess.
Mama-san.
Gotta be respected.
Yeah, she is a recurring character.
Hey,
Gotta protect him because these guys, for whatever, like Papillon said, like these zombies are gonna come at Miracle Johnson full force, and because if it's not real, then he doesn't want to do it.
Mhm.
So, and Kiryu's job is to
Protect.
them. Yep. See, compromising my archery is betraying our loyal fans.
oh,
Yeah.
It's funny because like I can totally appreciate this from the other perspective because I've taken like there's times in my life where I've had to like take people who aren't terribly familiar with Japan to Japan and like
Explain it.
and like chauffeur them around and whatever. And then there's always these situations where, as someone who can kind of do both sides, where these like the foreigner people who are not familiar with Japan are just doing stuff where you're just like, God, stop. You're embarrassing me.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what's going on here.
Yeah. That was literally me and my dad.
Yeah, just stop. We're going in.
Dramatic pan.
I'm having flashbacks. I got a lot of really good like chauffeuring foreigners around Japan stories, but a lot of them are not really appropriate for a stream. Because it's
You can ask him on Twitter.
a lot of it's like throwing people under the bus or like talking about things I can't really be talking about in public. But yeah, there's a lot of funny stuff goes on in Japan. Japan's a really, really bizarre place for people who are not used to Japanese. It's a really
okay.
non-obvious sort of situation sometimes.
So desu ne.
So desu ne.
What's
My wife. One of my things I love tormenting my wife is that when I speak to her Japanese, but I throw on like that first year Japanese student accent onto stuff like that. Oh, it drives her. She's like, stop.
Samurai.
Konnichiwa. Tashi no namae wa Samu desu.
Samu desu.
You know, like that kind of stuff. She's like, stop it. Okay. I remember having a lot of trouble about this with this last time, a couple times I've played it in the past. So I'm not.
Good luck, Sam.
I'm not 100% confident I can clear this on my first shot.
Everybody say good luck, Sam.
It's gonna make me think of that time that I embarrassed myself in front of Yoshi-san
Oh.
on stream. Did I ever tell you that story?
Yeah, I remember you telling me, but maybe you didn't tell the stream.
I think maybe I even told the stream, but yeah, there was a time I totally embarrassed myself on a stream, a binary domain stream, with your son. And that was
Yeah, it was on like hard mode, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was on hard mode, and someone told me that, and I was trying to like be fancy with it rather than playing it seriously, and I got rocked. And
Did he come up to you at the end of it?
at the end of it, he was like, "You had some trouble with that, didn't you?" And I'm like, "Sir, I am so sorry." Like his expression on stream was like, "Who is this guy? What is his problem? Why can't he? Has he ever even played this game before?"
I was looking back
And I'm
at it
like the producer for it. I'm like, "Yes, sir, but I didn't know someone said it on hard. I'm so sorry. I was not playing it like it was on hard." Probably not playing this right.
Yeah.
Right. No, they get ahead of you.
Oh, I see.
Or like you get turned around essentially, and you lose track of what's going on. You always gotta keep your eye on the ball. That's the thing. Like like originally I was like, oh, I just need to run up to them and get them ahead of time before they sort of get to me. But then there's always a guy who gets to you, and then you're attacking one guy, and then instead of like
taking them all out.
two or three guys at one time.
Yeah.
So.
They only come from the front though too, right?
Yeah. They only come from the front. That's what I like.
Get the wide swing. I think you're gonna catch up though.
Well, I got it, I guess. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Lost him. Shit. Go. Come on, zombies.
Here they come. Terry Bob, what's your punch? I'm ready. Ah! So Terry Pop has a good buzz for Daigo. Everything's gonna be Daigo.
I'll take it. Did I do it? Or did I lose it?
I think you did it. You have half health, so it's not like he's dead.
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't even paying attention. Oh, okay.
Yay!
I did it!
We good.
So losing this like probably 5-6 times over my life is obviously stuck with me. It's like riding a bike. Riding a bike.
Oh.
So does Nick.
So this need.
It's like, fuck this. Hey, boy.
Hey, boy.
And when that voice first
Oh,
came out of Bacchus,
no.
I was like, that can't be right.
Hey, man.
Oh, that's right. Okay, guys, there's something come up here I want you guys to help me with, alright, on stream? Because I can't remember. There's one of these things I'm supposed to pick, and I can't remember which one's the one to pick. So what do you guys think? What should we do? Should we do black or should we do white? Big box, big black box, or little white box? What do you guys think? What you got?
Black.
Our PR guy is gonna tally up the responses and give me a.
You got 1 minute.
You guys are
Maybe less than a minute.
What we got? What you guys got?
What do you say, Jake?
Almost a tie.
Oh, it's a tie.
Almost, yeah, it's 5-4. 6-4.
Let us know. Let us know.
4.
It's pretty even split, guys.
9 to
So is there really no correct answer here?
9 to 6.
No matter if it's black or white.
That's true.
That's real.
Black one.
Black.
Black.
All right, we're going
Big
with
box.
it. Okay. You just take it too.
Scott would actually know what's in each box. He'd be like, oh, this box is fit and this box isn't fit.
Well,
Yeah, black. Clear one.
nice.
Silent shoes.
So what's in the white then?
I don't know. Who out there knows what's actually in the white box?
Thank you.
Spoiler alert.
Go rechat.
Hey.
At least he'll never have to fight with zombies again.
Oh. Huh.
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 With the secret.
Samurai. Hey.
Baseball jersey, it looks like.
So it sounds like the white box has something I can pick up otherwise.
So let's check out what those shoes do.
I
Oh wait, you're still not cutscene.
Yep.
The guitar. There it is.
You had that like and there at the end there. That was really cute. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, let's look at some equipment. It was. Oh, he actually has that.
Oh, that's you.
I don't need that. I'm waiting. Scott's gonna come back and be like, "Why did I
take it
die? Why did you take it off?"
Yeah. Oh, wait, we want
Oh,
those.
yeah, we're so that's
Keep
if
them.
that's if I don't want to get tagged. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. What else we got in here? Just the card watcher. Oh, that's if I stand still. I don't need that.
Yeah, I think you got the good. Your inventory's good.
Yeah, I think I'm good. Yeah, I'm definitely good. Okay. CP is rolling in, guys. Let's see. I have 8 CP right now, so I think I can probably actually get an upgrade at this point. Oh, you guys want some? You guys want some? Let's go. Let's go.
Money is easy to come by.
Oh yeah, I mean it's super easy. And it's kind of funny because like what happens is there's 2 things that happens. Like if you're a serious fan and you like know the value of things in the game, like it's shocking how much money you get in this game. But if this happens to be your first Yakuza game and you're just like, oh, this is what money is, and you go to the later games and you're like poor. You're like constantly poor. Which is hilarious, which is really kind of funny. Like the price of like items in this game is so like trivial at the end of the day. Oh, this is not where the alley I'm looking for.
No, it's the next alley down.
It's incredible how much money you get in this game.
It was good because money goes so fast in this game too.
Yeah, yeah. One of my favorite things is you know, like I'm I'm really big about sound effects in video games, and one of my favorite, like, oh, there's some trouble going on here that's halted my thing, so I gotta figure what's going on there. Is the fact that when you go to level up or whatever, like the sound the game makes when you're like investing money into your living, when it goes like that, like that, I'm like, oh god, that's so awesome. I'm a big fan of that.
Oh, is it the red spot?
Yeah,
on
it's a
the
red
map?
spot. Yeah, yeah. It's always in that location. They yeah, I'm always like that's one of the reasons I'm always like big on like Sonic games. Like one of the reasons people like Sonic is such like a feel good game to play is that like when you're collecting those rings, that sound of like shilling, like that just
It's very satisfying.
It's very very satisfying.
Yeah.
The sounds of like quarters falling in a bucket of quarters, like that.
Like the money counter machine noise.
Sounds so good. Japan has a good sense of that. You know, that's why a lot of their like shmups, classic shmup games, are like like when you shoot things and the crystals like suck into your character or whatever. Like that's why that's all like it's designed that way to have that same kind of satisfying quarters falling into a bucket soundscape to it. So.
Doesn't take inflation into account.
All right, now the money is coming back in. Okay. So how much farther do we have to go then? Okay, yeah, I kind of stopped a little bit, but it's not that far away. Oh. All right, guys. Saving up money. That's what we do. I don't think we're gonna do anything interesting.
Oh no, really?
Taking a little bit longer than I was expecting. But that was my directive from Scott. He's like, if you get anything done, make sure you get that Luther King handle, Sam. I'm like, all right, dude. I guess we just need to like step it up and make it happen.
Yeah. Get the money. Get the money.
Get the money. Stop playing around.
How far away are we from being able to do that though?
We got to get. We're kind of like really far away. We're kind of really far away now that I think about it. Because it's triggered by, like how much share you have in the area, which we can go check out here in a second. But what the stories are progressed by your like ability to buy in on certain properties, or there's this percentage of like completion there, and you raise the completion by purchasing properties and leveling them up. So we gotta step it up, or I'm gonna get the frowny face from Scott.
He's gonna come back.
He's gonna back. He's gonna give me a finger shake.
I told you.
Like you didn't get it done. Oh.
Oh hey.
Yep. I get. Yeah, they're signing on as
Managers.
As managers and whatnot. But I guess there is another.
Oh, his stats are so bad.
But he's cheap. His finding is not bad. But you can get Miracle Johnson later. But there's another.
Another quest.
Another question. I'm trying to remember what the second quest for that is. I can't really remember where it is off the top of my head. It's been a while since I actually played through this game. Come on. Almost there. Almost there. We should get there. 16.
How much more?
It's practically there. I'll go upstairs and look right.
Okay.
Payout.
Nice.
Rocket. Okay.
So we
Let's
need
see.
just a little bit more.
I think we can invest some of the lower skilled bonus guys into this, so that should be fine. That's worth paying into because it just increases the every time we roll this. Like doing the 2 million guy is a little bit too much, a little bit of overkill, but.
The 500 one, not too bad.
Yeah, you gotta. That's the thing is like a lot of times people don't really pay attention to how much. There's a lot of information on the screen that you kind of need to understand to be able to do this like efficiently, and like paying attention not only to the skill levels but also the ability rank and how much you're paying them because you can kind of min-max your time and effectiveness. So you have to kind of be careful about that.
Rank up.
Yeah, when they rank up, the payouts
A
increases.
little bit more, yeah.
So yeah, you're paying for him, but when you hit that number 4 there, it's pretty good. But he's kind of crappy. See, that's expensive.
Yeah.
But we may want to rock him on. Actually, I think we can pay for this. This is worth it. This will be worth a little bit later in. Gotta be worth it later in. Are they talking about food in the chat? Are you guys talking about food in chat? Oh, God.
So there is a question I sent to him.
Oh, this really long one. I see it.
Now I'm hungry. I wasn't even thinking about food, and now you made me think about food, and now I'm actually like really hungry.
For Project Cross X Zone, how involved in it were we? But it had a lot of Sega characters with Kiryu and Majima in it. Any particular funky about it? Any localization insights or brand rights and stuff?
How much can I talk about that? Okay, so let me talk about what I'm willing to talk about. Project Cross Zone. In case just so everyone understands what that is, that's a project that was sort of a mashup of a whole bunch of different sort of characters between like Bandai and Sega and some other people, Capcom, and being as a you know, a lot of people have to be involved in making sure all the stylings and whatnot are right. However, and I can't speak for every IP or whatever. I can only speak for what I was involved with that project, which is very, very, very limited. But when they released Cross Zone 2, I actually went up to San Francisco and was on stream with their community manager at the time, and we talked about it as part of sort of a cross-promotional kind of thing. So you can actually go see me up in the Bandai offices talking about that product, which was fun. It was David Lee invited me up there. It was really, really fun. Now I'm pretty sure, like, at least for like the Yakuza related stuff, I don't recall there being any like stylistic reviews of the text, but I do know that we provided them with like terminology from the game, and I seem to recall like that one of the things I remember being involved with was like there's this I might be getting this wrong, guys, so just take this with a grain of salt, but I seem to recall that in Project Cross Zone there's like a like one of the items, one of the weapons or something you can get that's Yakuza related, has to do with like this black wooden sword that was in the original Yakuza 1 that was kind of like it was like stats wise like a little OP and sort of legendary as a result, and so they brought that into Cross Zone as like, oh, everyone's going to know what this is, but none of the documents that we had on our side, it wasn't clear whether it was like a wood sword, whether it was a blackwood sword. Did you see some guys? Oh, yeah. It was a blackwood sword or like something like that, and so it took us like some time to like dig in and figure out like what's the actual official name for this particular item. And so I do remember being involved with something like that. I do happen to know the localization producer who worked on Project Cross Zone, incidentally, and I do know that a lot of effort was put into making sure that not only Yakuza but everything across the board was respected as far as like stylistic, everything it had done up to that. It was just sort of unfortunate because I remember that game was being released like around the same time or just before Yakuza 0 was being released, when we sort of changed how we were approaching a lot of the localization decisions in the game. So there's some stuff in Project Zone that doesn't really, isn't exactly like modern Yakuza styling. It's specifically like Majima's like new accent and the way he's being is pre-Scott styling, which doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means that it's
just a different.
It was just a different kind of styling for the time. That's what we are doing right now. We are 30 minutes to rush down and beat all these guys.
You do it. A fun question for Ghostbuster. What would Kiryu's version of the giant marshmallow
Goromi.
Goromi! A giant Goromi! Down.
All about the 80s movies right now in chat.
Oh no. That was you're supposed to think of the most innocent thing, right? The most innocent thing that's turned into a horror, right? That's what that is. Okay, so
The woo plushie.
probably like a building size tall mommy or something like that, like the dog that they had in Dolphins maybe. I'm not as quite in Kidu's head as Scott would be. I wonder what Scott would say to that. We'll ask next time. Bring that question next time. Oh, we got some trouble happening. So we're gonna go to the back alley behind Serena. Beating up dudes on the way.
Yeah.
I really wish that there's this one item you get kind of later in the game called quick change clothes. I really wish I had, because it makes the battle take the battle to the next level.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can basically cancel moves into
different moves.
You know, cancel moves into different styles.
Oh.
So you can literally in the
Just
middle of a sequence switch between styles mid-sequence and change stuff up.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I haven't gotten that far yet.
Yeah, there's I can't remember how you unlock that. And then there's this legendary item that people always advise people to be careful about, called the charismatic autobiography.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard of this one?
Mm-mm.
There's this item called the charismatic autobiography, and basically if you don't read the description, it looks like an amazing item because it ups your stats or something like really crazy. And people are like, "Oh, I'm putting that on my character," and it's a classic example of RTFM, right? Classic example of RTFM, right? Because the item says basically the description is something to the effect of dudes will rock you. See how this guy's over to the edge there? He's waiting. He's politely waiting for me to finish
beating up on this guy.
When you equip the charismatic autobiography, basically all the enemies attack you at the same time.
Oh.
So they're all thwomp, and everything gets it's utterly impossible. There's no politeness.
Well, it's nice that they politely wait for you to beat up other
Polite
people.
enemies are actually a little known game mechanic that people don't really realize is there. It's kind of like a rubber banding and a little pull back the curtain for you guys a little bit. In racing games, there's a thing called rubber banding, which causes comm characters in the back of the line to speed up and comm characters in the front to slow down to make it feel like there's more competition with the player and make it more interesting. Enemies have the same. There's a thing called polite enemies, which is people wait to get their butt kicked essentially, because that's something people program in to make happen.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I ever came in contact with that particular mechanic was I worked on this Kinect game called Rise of Nightmares for Xbox 360. It was a Sega game we put out maybe 5-6 years ago. And there was this time where we were doing a lot of the balancing for it, and we had to introduce this concept of polite zombies. And the polite zombie mechanic basically makes it so the zombies always walk in, if there's zombies behind you, they always politely ignore the back of your head and walk. It's a first-person game.
So it walks in front
they
of
walk
you.
around in front of you, so they can see you, and they
then-
won't attack you until you're
Looking at 'em?
looking at it and they're on screen. And we
Oh.
called it the polite zombies mechanic.
That's very kind.
Yeah, it's very polite to the zombies too. How about that? Any of you guys throwing out some old games of mine? Did any of you guys ever play Rise of Nightmares? There's probably more binary domain players out there than Rise of Nightmares players. But it was a Kinect game, so you had to own a Kinect. 360 only. I put a lot of work into that game. I know it had, they were it's one of those games that's kind of like a sort of had a small cult following at the time, because it's one of those classic Sega games where Sega's trying to do something really ahead of the time, trying to really do something that's new and cutting edge and a little rough around the edges. I'm the first to admit that, but I was really proud of how far that game had come at the end of the day, because it was Kinect was a really challenging. It was a very new
challenging project.
It was a very challenging kind of piece of hardware to work with at the time, because no one knew anything. There were no best practices. No one had really figured out what you could and couldn't do with it, and even the things that you could do it, like what's the best way of going about doing it. And so at the time, it was like one of the first like free roaming exploration first-person action games on that particular platform. It was really cool. I enjoyed it.
Looks like we got a couple of people in the chat who tried playing it. So that's the
Oh, money battle.
Oh, hey, push the button.
So you actually don't have to. So a lot of people think you have to like
Jam it.
You only have to keep here, and every time you hit the button, you pay money. The key to this section though is that you don't need to jam it. You just need to make sure that the line doesn't fall under the star you're currently at.
Oh.
So you can actually be like kind of juggle it, like dun 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 dun. You don't have to like waste tons of money on it. So that's the pro tip on that one. In case you guys were aware. Okay, let's. We have enough money to purchase more properties though.
Oh, we're close though. If we get another 5 million, that's a lot of money. Never mind.
No, there's some like. I should go around. You know what we should do? We should, while we're running around, we should actually go and make note of which
property to buy next.
properties we can buy next.
Oops. And the Pachinko one is right across the street.
Yeah, let's locate these and we can look at the signs. So yeah, we were talking about last time on the localization front how we identified that the fact that the only way, so like we understood that. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, we've advanced the story a little bit. Okay. Yep.
Oh, the Leisure King. Maybe we can.
Kaidu, that Kaidu man.
Kaidu.
Oi.
Got better things to do. Come into my turf, mess up my business. I'm running a legit business here. Yeah, before you got me annoyed. Back up, yeah.
We're gonna tell him
That's
this
what
boss.
I got. Shut your pie hole. Trying these old Yakuza tactics on the old Yakuza? Yeah, that
Ain't gonna work.
Ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna work. Oh, but so these guys with these what do they call them? Like these. Damn, these guys are packing heat, man. What's going on?
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, these
And a taser.
the taser things that you gotta like be careful
I would
about.
go ahead and heal too,
Yeah,
just
I'm
in
gonna
case
do
while
that.
you're in the pause menu.
You see these, like,
Yeah, the little ones.
yeah, these taser guys you gotta handle like that. All right, so this is
Get the right.
nice.
Oh, the rush style.
This is what the rush is.
So there's no politeness waiting here.
Need more heat. And I have no heat, so I can't like deal with you. So the thing about rush is you gotta have heat to like
Yeah, you have to
to
have
like
heat
bob
to do anything.
to bob and weave. Nice. This is not.
Oh, heal.
I think I spent all that time finding it.
These are man down.
You guys to get a little.
Nice. Oh. Pull out the heat too.
Put it there for. You got it. You got it. Check out Ohira manual.
Good job.
Scott hasn't really. I'm used to like playing like in full power mode too. So there's
Yeah.
like all these abilities that I'm used to having that I don't have. So.
You're like trying to do the combos and it's not going.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I can't. Oh, I don't have that move. Oh, I don't have. More iframes. Upgraded. Weave gives me more iframes.
Mhm. No problem.
Oh yeah.
Jacob, what are you doing?
The chat's crazy today.
Running close on time. We do have only 20 minutes left. Can we do it?
Jacob, are you having trouble keeping the chat wrangled?
Oh no, we are fully off the rails. We were talking about Yakuza 23, the cyborg and time travel.
Oh!
Is that
Tell me more.
is that real? You guys have been talking about
That is what
cyborg
we're
time travel Yakuza?
That's right.
I do
Everyone's on board. They
remember. I
want
do
this.
remember reading something about a pompadour laser beam, but
This is what everyone's told me they want.
I seem to recall, like, I think even internally there was this discussion about like future, like having a future set Yakuza game with like
on the moon.
Kiryu or something like that. Wasn't that? I feel like that was an internal discussion as well at some point. Okay. Okay, I think I'm going to go get.
There's also some discussions going on about where's the dogs.
oh, become.
Again, this chat's been fun today.
Well, if you guys are having fun, we're having fun. That's what we're here for,
Yeah,
right?
they're having
いらっしゃいま
fun.
せ
That's good.
Experience.
Oh yes. So, if you are just tuning in and you haven't heard my spiel yet, I would like to direct you to the experience site, which is that little URL below the Sega logo. It gives a lot of really good information and backstory of all the characters. So, if, like for example, if you're new to the series and you don't know who like Daigo is, for example, you can go check him out, see who he is. If you're afraid of spoilers, we did build in a spoiler toggle as well, and that's in the settings menu, so that you can turn off anything from like Kiwami or any of the other games from Kiwami to 5. And we update it once a month, and periodically there are chapters on there too, which are animated comics. They give a little bit more inside story to the game itself, and they're from different points of view. So even if you've played the game and you're familiar with the story, it's something new.
All right, so we're looking for Pachinko. New Motherfucker is the one up the street. I think the New Eden Pachinko is on the other.
It's on the other side, isn't it?
It's on. You guys come back. That sushi place, I think, is a joint. Oh, is that the next section?
Sushi Skin?
No, not that sushi. Oh, yeah. So it's only this block right here. Okay. It's only this thing over here. So we're gonna check these and we see which one we can get into. We're gonna start. Sushi Gin is on this main street down here. I hear that. I hear that.
There it is.
Oh, so I actually have a ton of.
Oh, you can do it! Let's do it! Let's do it!
Yeah. Go on. Let's probably let's just do it some more.
この
Yeah.
金でどうだ
That's absolutely, that one's gonna give me like 5 million every time we pay out.
Nice! So we can make that back pretty quick.
Yeah, we'll make that back really quick.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's see what else we got. That's New Eden. We know the Marifuku is the Kamado Health Plaza. Let's see if I can find this one. Using my special Japanese scanning powers.
Going back to Japan, we realized how bad my katakana skills were. Oh my gosh!
ちょっとそこな
Yeah,
とりあえず
you gotta keep it up.
なんなんだ
But even in this, even being able to read a lot of these signs, like sometimes it's just easy to like, miss it. So there's a lot of.
There's a lot of flashing lights.
If you haven't noticed, there's a lot of signs.
Like how many signs does which location have?
Shimamura.
It is?
Yeah, it says it right there. It says Kamado Health Plaza. Top of that thing. And this one is
Gosh.
12. Okay,
12,
so
so we
12.
need a
That's
little bit more.
that's a 12. All right, so let's make note of this. Mental notes here. So Marufuku I think was 16. Health Plaza is 12. Wild Apple is the one across the street from our building. Harashima Design, I want to say is over here. Because I remember having to work really hard for this. So that one's, yep, this is Harashima Design. Design meaning like architecture. And this one is 13. So
Okay.
12, 13, 16, and then Popo and Gin are both Bond related ones.
Yeah, no, you need to do a little bit
We
more
gotta
side
we
questing,
have to do a
right?
lot of side questing to get that done. So.
Okay, so let's go grab our payout. And then we take on the leisure game.
About ready. Here we go.
まあこんなところか
This one. So that's worth it. That's worth
Hey,
it. So
Crazy Kill, I
let's just
remember
do
him.
let's just do this.
いい店になったな
Pretty much an immediate level up there, so that makes that worth it. This one you're gonna want to go cheap. So either Tomomi, Takada. See, this is the one where it's like, that's like, we'll just go cheap on this. Big deal. It's fine. Gotta keep everything caught up. Gotta spread the money around, you know. Tomomi's earning her keep, that's for
I know,
sure.
she's doing pretty good.
She's earning her keep. Alright, so finally, we're gonna see spinning is gonna be like, spining, I guess, is gonna be finally making it worth our trouble. Okay, we'll keep him for this round. And we'll go.
ガンガン稼ぐぜ
How much CP do I have at the moment? 6?
So you can go get another.
I don't
No,
think
you have to
no.
get 10.
I think it's 10.
Yeah.
Alright, so where's some easy CP gets here?
You can probably check our list and see.
Yeah, well, we'll look at the completion list and see if there's some easy CP gets here. Okay,
20 more.
keep knocking dudes out.
Brawler style too, I think it was. Oh, here a little further from that.
I'll keep.
Oh, you can do Rush and Beast.
Right. On the streets, yeah. We'll keep doing
Help
Beast.
Attack victims around town, so we've been doing that pretty
Yeah.
good. Defeat Mr. Shakedown.
That's not what I want to deal with right now. Komochi's moves. Talk to a bunch of people. I could go eat. We could go do some completions for this stuff. Tengoku Ken Alps. Small burger something.
Okay.
Let's go get a small burger. There's a CP perk where you can basically have infinite hunger, which helps you complete all these.
Oh, because you have to eat everything on
Yeah,
the...
because I think you can actually fill up. I want to say. I love this because it's like, you know, there was that original reference. We sometimes talk about how this game is really similar to like River City Ransom, and that was actually something that was in River City Ransom as well. So I like that. It's interesting.
Oh. I think you don't have inventory space.
Oh, I have to. We can fix that. That's right. To go. That's right. All this is to go. I guess I ordered it to take out. I guess that was the mistake. Do I have to complete both, or is it? Maybe this is
No,
not.
I think it's only one, right?
Yeah, but that's not. Yeah. I made a mistake here. Okay. We gotta go through here. This is the one you get the checks off.
Oh, I see.
That's the thing. The other ones are just items. See, I'm too
Oh
full.
no.
So I basically have to go get damaged.
Alright, let's go.
So we'll go get damaged. And That's right. That's how they do food in this one. Is like.
Mhm. Oh, we only got 10 more minutes.
I don't know.
Sorry, Scott.
You failed, you Scott.
Scott's a pretty good
Oh. You guys didn't hear Jacob. He said Scott is a forgiving god.
Everyone in this room pulled out
I have a feeling that I'm not gonna leave it. Not hear the end of that one next.
I will let you guys.
It's just
handle
gonna,
that,
he's
man.
gonna spend the entire stream just like shaking his head, and looking over sometimes.
Just looking at you,
and just
oh boy.
he's gonna be all like, Sam, what happened to scheduling? What happened to your like planning it out and making sure that you knew what was going on? That's what you do, right?
Oh.
And I'm like,
Oh, the guilt. The accusal.
all right, man, I got you. I got you. Touche.
Tell them we're too busy making money. Not enough money, but we made money. We're investing in real estate.
Yeah, where's bad guys?
No?
Okay,
Here they are.
They were bad guys. Goons.
The pink one.
Yeah, give me some damage. A little bit more. Maybe this is when I need the autobiography.
Where can you find that? Is it late game?
I don't know. You guys tell us. Where's the autobiography? The charismatic autobiography again? Is that a safety bonus? Is that a Bob thing? Like what do you think the charismatic autobiography?
Poster the dimwit says he got it as money, so it might be online.
It could be. That's definitely possible. There's a way later in the game where you can like exchange items between your tags. Oh, you know what I need to? Oh, here's what we need to do. I forgot. So if you want to get into fights, the way you do that, you get drunk.
To the bars!
To the bar. Here we go. Go to game.co. That's how it is. You tend to get in more trouble. Malts to draft. The cool thing about being drunk is it actually, I'm pretty sure it affects your,
You get kind of sloppy.
yeah, it affects your speed at which you,
Right? Oh, no, maybe.
yeah, it affects your speed at which you build heat. Yes, keep it going. Now we're rocking. Now I'm ready to fight some.
Alright, intervene!
Yeah, I think we do like 6 more of these and then we're good to go.
Yeah.
We're gonna see this stream is rated M for alcoholic princess.
He's still so mobile. Where's the coat?
I'm really nervous.
I would feel so bad running into a group of people because they always like squeal at you.
Yep.
So I like trying to avoid them, but it doesn't really work out.
I think it's so funny because that's one of the interesting things about this game is like the NPCs react so. They seem like they react like overly strongly to your presence, which is very like. I'm hesitant to say like really Japanese, but it's kind of really funny that you're like the NPCs, these uncaring characters are still like whoa, when like most other games, the characters just like slide out of the way or whatever.
Just like go through you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've really
this
got.
one's like I actually feel guilty about running into them.
Ooh, Moto. Take a nap.
Jacob, what are you doing?
We are talking.
Is Jacob harassing you guys out there?
Everything.
I'll have to pull him aside if.
We will give him a talking to.
You know you can actually pick fights with these drunk guys?
No?
Yeah, the drunk guys, if you run into them, you can pick fights with them. Oh, this is one of my guard guys who showed up to help me out.
Hey, friendship.
Yeah, that's why good having bullies. Yeah, the front drunk guys you can pick fights with, which is kind of funny.
Take their money. Alright, we gotta wrap up.
Is it really time?
It's
Oh
really
no!
Time.
What?
Oh,
God,
no.
I'm so sorry.
We failed.
We tried.
you.
We tried. We tried.
Best of intentions and all.
Okay, well let's
let's look how much we made with our new parlor.
Yeah, see, that's a lot of cash. We can totally, we're finally making enough money that we can actually start.
So you gotta spend money to make money.
You gotta spend money to make money, guys. That is how it works. That is real. All right, so while we're wrapping here, let's go through the standard set of things we like to talk about. So let's So everyone again, the Song of Life, Yakuza 6 Song of Life is coming. It's coming hot and fast.
In March.
We want you guys to check it out. It's coming in March. This is the premium edition.
Yeah, our After Hours edition. It comes with 2 glasses, coasters, and 2 ice stones. It also comes with a really, really, really sweet art book that we're putting together, which is a community-driven art book. It contains a good chunk of community art as well as some in-game art as well. And it's going to be hardcover, and it's coming in a really nice box, and you guys are going to love it.
And again, these things are not infinite. If you don't have one, you could probably go and look on Amazon, and you're like, oh yeah, or GameStop or whatever your preferred retailer is, and be like, hey, oh yeah, they still have it in stock. I'm good. That may be fake news. So I would recommend not trusting that and go ahead and getting your order in as soon as you can.
But if you are unable to get the premium edition, we also have this really, really good launch edition coming out, which contains the art book as well. These come with the launch shipments of the game too. So
yeah, it's if my understanding is correct, it's not even just like the game and an art book. The game is in the art book. So it's like this really nice, sweet.
Yeah, and it's like
cool package.
A nice community package too. You know, the tagline is "How far you would go for family," and you guys are our family. So the art book really encompasses that message, in my opinion. Yeah,
and also just so everyone's clear, like all the imagery here, this is all like kind of placeholder, and we'll be updating you guys a little bit later in the month as to what the actual final product looks like.
Yeah, so keep an eye on all of our channels. We should be doing it shortly. So it's probably going to be very exciting to get a hold of, and I'm really excited to show it off and tell you what we got stored.
Yep. So thanks for joining us today, guys. Check out the experience site as well, and we'll see you next week with Real Scott.
Ah!
Hopefully.
I will be replaced.
Thanks for stopping by, guys.
Right, thank you.
Have a great time.
Are we off? You're off. All right. I'll let it complete, and then I'll click finish.